What's going on, guys? It's King Tuts Pro. Welcome back to another Final Cut Pro 10 tutorial. This is a slightly different setup that you guys probably seen on the channel. I want to try something a little bit different this year. Now, before I do get with the video, I do want to mention that I still have some sweaters left in a few sizes, of course. I think medium is sold out on the SZA sweater. And then we also have the J. Cole sweater, which is this one here. Honestly, one of my favorites, but I also have editing packs available on the website for you guys to use. So, but with that being said, here is the music video that I'm using in this video. So if I push play, it's just a very simple, like, twirl blurred edge effect. Ideally, you want your subject to be in the middle. It doesn't have to be, but it just looks more, you know, aesthetic, I guess. So we're going to go ahead and zoom in, and I'm going to go over to the effects. And what we want to do first is add a we actually want to duplicate our clip first. So hold Option and click and drag upwards to duplicate the clip. Then go over to your effects over here. Under the video, go to masks and keying. And then you're going to go over to the draw mask. You can either use a draw mask if you want a more precise selection, or you can go with a shape mask for a more broad selection. Like if your content isn't moving too much, ideally you don't want that, by the way, but you can add a shape mask because it's a lot easier to track. Or you can go with the draw mask. That's easy too. So I'm going to add the draw mask onto the clip. You can also double click to add the effects as well, which is pretty cool. You can also drag it directly onto the video in the project window. Just FYI, I'm just throwing that out there, you know. And what we're going to do is go over to the effects, go ahead and select the draw mask. And I'm going to, doesn't really matter where you are in the clip, just click and drag over your subject, and we're just going to go around him, trying to get it as close as you can, but not exactly on your subject, just so we have a little bit of room to play around with for the feather. And then you're just going to make sure when you go here, you click and drag this bottom line in between the two anchor points here, or the control points. And if you click and drag and you move this down, this will make sure you don't have any gaps shown on the bottom. So just drag that to the very bottom, and then you're going to have this red outline of your subject. You could, of course, track it by going to control points, or just add a keyframe next to that, and then under transforms, expand that and add one next to position. So then that way you can, if it moves a little bit, you can kind of like move it out like that, maybe fix it a little bit. I don't know, do something like that, so that way it tracks it a little bit. Now here's the most important part. What you want to do is go to blur in the video settings over here, and you're going to add a radial blur. This is built into Final Cut Pro, so you don't download or install this at all. It's completely free. Just click and drag this on the bottom layer, and now it's going to create a radial blur. But this is way too much at 25%, so we're going to decrease this quite a bit to 7, maybe 8. And if you think the lines are a bit too much, you can actually add a focus blur, or you can do a Gaussian blur. I'm going to add a focus blur because it looks more realistic. So I'm going to add that on top of the radial blur, just like that. And then what you're going to do is go to the amount and decrease this to, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7%. The top clip with our masked layer, we're going to go to the feather. I'm going to click off of it. Just click here so you don't have the red shown. It's just easier to see the feather, by the way. And then go to feather and decrease this to the left if you want to feather it inwards towards your subject, or you can drag the slider to the right to increase the feather outwards. So either way achieves the same effect, but I'm going to go to the left just because it looks a little better in my opinion. We have the super cool radial blur. So I imported one of the Scribble leaders, took a drag and drop asset that you guys can add on top of your media. Link is in the description if you guys want to get this. I also have a free sample pack if you guys want to try it out. But what you do is you pretty much import it as a regular video clip, and you drag it above your media in the timeline, and then that's all you got to do, and you have this super cool kind of more complete look, I should say, of effect. This one's the finished one. There's also a glowing version of this one as well. There's 30 complete Scribble film meters on this one, and I think that one also includes sound effects too, which is really cool. But I just want to show you guys this main effect here, and it looks super, super cool. That's it for this video. If you found it helpful at all, or if you want to see more content like this with this sort of layout, go ahead and comment down below and leave a comment if you guys want me to make any reaction videos. That would be kind of cool. I'll catch you guys next time.